So no one wants to be slapped in the face by your message, right? You got to ease them into it. Wine them and dine them a little bit. So how can we do that? How can we ease our listeners into wanting to listen to our message, to what we have to say? Let's look at the SCQ process in this episode of Your Message, Your Way. So what is the SCQ process? This is something developed by Barbara Minto, who was, I believe, the first female consultant at McKinsey back in the 60s. And she developed it as a way for consultants to write an introduction to their reports, to their findings, that would ease the readers into the conclusions that they came to. And we can use it to ease our listeners into listening to what we have to say. Everyone I've ever showed this to who didn't know it already loves it. They come back to me and say, Jim, the SCQ process changed my life. I use it all the time. And I'm going to show it to you today. So let's look at it. S, that's the situation. That's usually a non-controversial statement, often something your listener already knows and takes for granted, right? Something that they're not going to argue with. C is the complication, something that makes the situation not work anymore or not work as well or just makes it difficult. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It just makes the initial situation not as tenable. This, you put an S and a C together and they'll automatically generate a question in your listener's mind that needs to be answered, and is going to be answered by your message. If you put this together right, it kind of goes like this. Let's see what we can do here. So S, situation. It's vital to get our messages across in the modern world, right? You already believe that. That's why you're here. Complication. With more and more voices talking louder and louder, it's getting increasingly difficult to get our messages across. Well, put those two things together, question pops into your mind, how are we going to get our messages across? Answer, subscribe to this show, Your Message, Your Way, and buy my book. Eased you into the message. I'm not slapping you over the head with subscribe now. I'm showing you that this solves a question that already exists. And that's the SCQ method. It's a way to ease your listeners in, to wine them and dine them so that they'll want to accept what you have to say, your message. So how will you use the SCQ method in your lives? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And then don't forget to subscribe both to the channel and to the newsletter at reallygoodstory.com. Till then, your message, your way.